Ravens minus 7.5. Now I'm saying sound, man. 7.5. Total of 46.5. Lamar Jackson homecoming. Let's get some against the spread notes. Ravens 16-14 against the spread non-division games under Lamar Jackson. 18-13 against the spread after a win during that same span. 9-6 against the spread as a roll fave. The Dolphins 9-6 against the spread after a win under head coach Brian Flores. 8-7 is a home dog under that same span. Rome, start with you. Thursday Night Football. What do you think about this game?
Dolphins plus 7.5. It's really going to be that simple because if you look at these two teams, they're obviously in two different tiers right now. I'm going to say Dolphins were 2-7, and the Ravens are trending back towards to what they would expect to be, doing, which is, top two in their division. Obviously, the loss at home this past week was it. We thought it was imminent for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson does what he does and finds a way to pull it back out, for them. So, I'm just not sure exactly what Ravens team we're getting this week, specifically on the road here and in a spot on a short week after they just played an overtime game. So 7.5 is a little too steep for me to be laying on a Thursday night game on the road after you just exhausted in an overtime victory. Give me the Dolphins plus 7.5, and I'm not even going to get too deep in the numbers or anything because it's the Dolphins. This is a play on the line. This is a play on rest or lack thereof on the Ravens' part. There's also a play on the spot. 7.5 Dolphins.
All right, Salmon, what do you think about this game? Thursday Night Football. Ravens land 7 and the hook at the Dolphins.
I think I'm just gonna lean Ravens here. I don't want to touch this game at all. I think the fan in me likes to always point out the last time teams played. I remember 2019. It was like week 1 or 2. I think Ravens beat the Dolphins in Miami like 50 something to like 10 or something like that.
It was week one. 2019. It was my best bet, actually. Oh, it's 2020 season. It was my best bet week one.
It was a terrible blowout. Lamar was doing everything, running crazy. I don't think that's the same type of game we'll see this week. Thursday night game, short week. Somehow these Dolphins like are just hanging in games somehow against teams they shouldn't. Ravens, as we said last or on the Monday pod with Gerald, I was mentioning him that they start off slow. I mean, you're just coming off like Rome said overtime. Win might still be a little, tired from that. But I just don't see them going down to Miami and kind of blowing them out. I think it is going to be a tightly contested game, not to their dismay. They don't want it to be that way. They're going to win probably, but they don't want it to be that way. But I just, I think to Rome's point, that Dolphins plus 7, that might be the way to go. Shout out to Miles too. He's going to be at that game. So
7.5.
Oh, that too.
7.5. Yeah. Shout out to Miles, Miami boy. Yeah, for me, I'm just gonna actually lean with the Ravens here. The hook came in, so it looks like there is a little bit of juice on the Ravens. I'm just gonna lean here with them though. If you know me, I like a 6. I'll lay the 6, but getting a 6.5 and a 7 is a little too much for me. And I just talked about this recently on the Monday morning podcast, and I've been saying a little more lately. But and the Ravens fit the bill last week. But if you're laying 6.5 to 7 points, I would sprinkle something on the will there be overtime. There's just because that's usually, I mean, if there is overtime, 6.5, it's no longer going to cover. So I mean, you can get will there be overtime at plus 2,000, 3,000 at some books. So I just think that's always a little good value to kind of back if you're backing a team minus 6.5. Because I've seen, especially with these kickers nowadays, I've just really seen that 6 be more important, than getting that 6.5. So if you sprinkle something on that, will there be overtime? I think that's value there. But yeah, I'm just going to lean with it here. I know there's a lot, they just came out of a big win. They were down, the Ravens. I'm talking about when I say they were down 2 touchdowns in that game twice, mounted a big comeback. Pretty improbable comeback when you think about the fact that they lost the turnover battle, they turned the ball over twice. Minnesota did not turn the ball over. And like I said, they had a 14-point lead. Minnesota did twice in the game.
Twice in that game.
Yeah, so that was a pretty improbable, maybe a faulty final. So yeah, I'll just lean here with the Ravens. And then Lamar going back home, there might be a lot into that too. A little late night out, something like that. So got to be wary. So I'll just lean with it here.